There are three key reasons why I made up my mind to offer myself for the office of Governor of Rivers State. The first is that I'm privileged to be part of the team that crafted the vision of Rivers of Possibilities. Governor Rotimi Amechi ran for office upon that vision. And so, when he was elected and he started governance, we started the execution of that vision, or the implementation of that vision. We had clearly in mind where we wanted to take Rivers State to. He has started, but we think it's a job in progress.
All right. Now, if elected governor of Rivers State, let's understand, what are you bringing to the table? That's really what it is. And let's understand the strategy, you hope to employ to achieve what you're going to be mentioning now.
If elected governor, I'll be single-minded about the pursuit of prosperity. And for us to prosper, we must have the right infrastructure in place. We must enjoy peace, security of lives and property. For us to prosper, we must have the right physical and regulatory framework in place. Those are some of the things I will bring to the table as governor of Rivers State.
You agree that this new administration that's going to be coming in is really going to be governing under very tough times. I mean, we have a weak currency, we have, low oil prices and so forth. And you are talking about, of course, putting in place the right infrastructure to move the state forward. How do you hope to achieve this under these circumstances? For instance, what is going to inform your decision on the projects to embark upon at a certain period in time?
Priority number one for us will be security of lives and property. And upon it rests every other thing. If you don't have a safe and secure society, you can't develop. The second thing we're going to look at is the issue of human and social capital development. And that will take us to the area of education, healthcare. You need an enlightened citizenry. You need citizenry that is healthy to be productive, to grow economy, and to achieve every other thing. The third thing we're going to look at is to put in place the right infrastructure that will drive all our development program. And when we talk about infrastructure, we're talking about road network, we're talking about transportation infrastructure, we're talking about water resources, we're talking about power. We're talking about the physical environment, and that will take you to urban renewal. We're talking about housing. So we're going to look at that. Then the fourth aspect of it will be those things that will help drive growth itself.
Let's look at other sectors. Are you considering other sectors to develop for us to actually depend on and move away from oil, to see Rivers State beyond oil?
I said we'll be focusing on 4 cardinal programs to drive prosperity for our people. And I said the first one is security of lives and property, and then transparent government. The second one I said to grow human capacity. The third one I talked about infrastructure. And when I talk about infrastructure, including food security. The fourth thing I talked about is the issue of employment creation, employment generation, wealth creation, and poverty reduction. And in that segment, we'll be facing 4 sectorial areas. 1, and all of that will be dovetailed into diversifying our economic base.
But you must also agree that there is no way you're going to provide 100% employment for everyone. Now, do you agree that most of the unrest in Rivers State, or the issue of insecurity, is more political, than the fact that you just have youth who are laying about and have nothing to do?
There's a correlation between 2 things. 1, the high incidence of insecurity in Rivers State and the high level of unemployment, or if you choose, joblessness. There's a correlation. Now, because a lot of our youths are unemployed, they are easily available to be used for political violence. And so if you remove them, they serve as what I can call fertilizer or manure for insecurity to grow. If you remove them, insecurity begins to die. I don't know if you get that. And so if we create jobs for young boys and young girls, they won't be available to be used for political violence. All those who participate in political violence will not be available because they are usefully engaged. All those who are involved in court wars, yeah, that one is a bit more fundamental in handling. But again, I can tell you, if they're busy, they won't even be in court violence.
All this would actually succeed or thrive, in a state where the judiciary stands. Rivers State has been without a judiciary for a long time now. What's your plan to address that sector when you come in? Or do you also hope to run a government without an existing judiciary?
Nobody can run a government without the judiciary. It's provided for in our constitution. I'm sure you know the peculiar challenge Rivers State is passing through. What are the issues? The issues are constitutional. Who has the power to appoint the chief judge of a state? And if any arm of government or any tier of government is in doubt who has such powers, you approach the court of law. Thank God, what we're talking about are legal issues from the standpoint of constitution. And so the conflict that arose because there's a dispute between Rivers State government and the National Judicial Council could easily be resolved by the Supreme Court. If any party is in doubt as per the meaning, import and the import of the provisions of the Constitution, you approach the court of law. Why is it that the National Judicial Council refused to approach the court? And so, if I'm elected governor, and I'm optimistic that before I'm elected governor, the issues will be resolved, I understand that all parties are engaging already. They are talking.